Hi and welcome back. This is Steve at Bucks Coins and welcome to my channel. Something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at a few more banknotes from one country alone. This country is Brazil. The first one is one of the older notes. I don't know the exact date of this note because it's not printed on it, but it's 100 cruzeiros, which is the currency. It's quite an old note. The portrait is a guy called Florimio Piexoto, I think that is, and it's P-E-I-X-O-T-O. The building on the back there is the National Congress of Brasilia. So I think this is where the parliaments meet. I believe this is where the parliament meets up. This note is, I think, as I say, I think it's quite an old note. But the crease down the centre there is a couple of little holes beginning to form in that centre. So I don't really want to take the note out of the plastic sleeve. Now I have two of the next note, which is the 500. So one of those will be going into my swap tin, or for other people who collect banknotes like myself. This is a 500 cruzados. The portrait of the gentleman there is Villa-Lobos, who is a conductor. And on the back of the note it shows him conducting, and there's a wooded background to the actual portrait. The next one is a 10 kudos. Now this gentleman whose portrait is on there is a guy called Rui Barbosa, sorry. And it has a lot of his like bookwork and such like. There is an overstamp there. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but there's a definite black, dark black overstamp. On the back we have Barbosa lecturing to a group of people. He's the one standing at the plinth. We have Mr. Barbosa again on the 10,000 Kurulos note. Again, on the back he's speaking from the plinth. As you can see, this one is a bit damaged. It has glue and all sorts over it. It also has a Banco Central do Brasil 10 cruzados overstamp. Now I don't know whether this is what a note that was produced during in huge inflation times, and this note was printed originally in a huge inflation time and then was taken in and reissued as just a 10 cruzados note later on. I don't have a date on this note, and as you can see it is damaged. It's been held in the corner together with a piece of sellotape. Okay, so there's the overstamp. As I said, this might have been something that was printed during huge inflation times, and then it was reissued with that overstamp saying it was only worth 10 cruzados when they readjusted their money. It's one of those things that I'm not 100% sure. I've got to be honest with you, I don't know why it has that mark on it. This next one, again, this one is a 50 cruzados originally, but it's been overstamped by the Banco Central Brazil over the portrait, over the edge of the portrait has a 5 Crusaders bill. This one was, it doesn't actually give a date, but the lady in the centre there, if you can see the portrait in the centre there, is a lady called Princess Isabella. And on the back of the note you have like a goddess almost like figure with a stone tablet for writing on, and she has some sort of implement in her hand, possibly to write down something. You know, it could be a chisel or something like that to actually cut instructions into the stone, so to speak. This one is definitely a modern note. It's 100 Cruzados. Cruzados, yeah. The portrait of the lady is a lady called Camilla Meirely, sorry, and that's Meirly. She's a person of letters or known for writing, as it's on the book, and if you look on the rear of the note there's a child reading, and there seems to be some characters from the books that he may have read in the past. And that's 100 Cruzados note. Another 100 Cruzados note. And the portrait of the gentleman on this industrial looking note has industry there, electricity industry by the looks of it. There is the portrait is a guy called Juscelino Kubudicek. Hang on. So that's, first name is Juscolino, and his surname is Kubitschek. The back is the capital city, is the parliamentary building in Brasilia, the two big twin towers there. Next Brazilian note, and the last but one note here, is 1,000 Cruzados, and the portrait is a guy called Marcelo de Assis. I'm not 100% sure. This one is overstamped again, 1 Cruzado Novo. So whether, again, this one was printed during the time of inflation and then overstamped when they deflated and reissued all the notes again. But the rear here is a rear of a street inside Rio de Janeiro in 1905. And on the far side there you have a quill and a book or ledger. And the last one is a 2 Cruzado note, and it has a gentleman that looks very much as if he would have been around during the latter part of the 1800s, beginning of the 1900s. It's a portrait of Duque de Caxias, and that's D-U-Q-U-E D-E, and then the Caxias is K-A-X-I-A-S. This one's, as I said, a 2 Bolivia Cruzeras note. And on the back there seems to be some sort of, in orange colour, some sort of possibly military complex. I don't know exactly. There was nothing when I actually did my review of the notes to say what it was. It just said some military buildings, but whether they are or not I don't know. That concludes this banknote look at some Brazilian banknotes. I hope you've enjoyed it and that you'll give me the thumbs up on this video. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider joining and subscribing to the channel so you can join me in the rest of my journey through coins and notes. If you're having a hunt, I hope you find the coins you're looking for and your hunt is successful. If you're buying coins or notes from wherever you're buying them, I hope you can get them at the price you want to pay. Until we meet again on this channel, which I hope will be not too far into the future, bye bye for now. Bye bye now.